Well, you may have had Google Pay and now you have Google Wallet. But then again, you may have had Google Wallet, gone to Google Pay, and now have Google Wallet back again. Are you confused? Well, Google's confused. The credit card companies are confused. So let's watch this video where I try to make sense of this. It's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior, where we make videos to help explain technology. We have over 700 videos on our YouTube channel, and they are all royalty-free for you to use. All we ask is that you give us that little like, and if you would like to be informed when we create new videos, just click that subscribe and we'll send you a notification. Now let's get on with Google Wallet. Mobile transactions is a multi-billion-dollar business. Google is running a distant last. Apple is captivating this at 92% of all mobile transactions, followed by Samsung at 5% and Google at 3%. A lot of this, I feel, is because of confusion on how Google Pay and Google Wallet works. So let me try and explain that today in this video. Since 2011, Google has had Google Wallet and then Google Pay. And then had different versions of this in different countries. And this has become very confusing as it's changed over the past years. Primarily, Google Pay is a service linking your electronic device to a credit card. This allows a secure transaction to occur through your existing credit card without any identification of personal data. Google Wallet is really a storage area for your loyalty cards, gift cards, secure card payments. As this has progressed over the past 10-15 years, it is different in different countries. And this is all being made more confusing by the recent changes at Google and no real clear leadership on a path they want to take. So let me try and make sense of this as we move ahead. So the relationship between Google Wallet and Google Pay depends on what country you're in 2022. For example, in Canada now, Google Pay is being replaced by Google Wallet. And if you had Google Pay on your phone, you will now notice that it just turned into Google Wallet. This depends. It's different in the United States, where you both have Google Wallet and Google Pay still. So it really is country specific, and you'll have to sort that out depending on which country you live in. But at present in Canada and many countries around the world, Google Wallet now encompasses Google Pay. So Google Pay and Google Wallet are the same thing, but it's being branded with the Google Wallet symbol. So I take my credit card and I go and I tap and pay, but I don't hit the right area to tap. Darn it, it won't work. If my credit card's been sitting in my wallet for over a year, well, it sometimes doesn't work either. And I have to keep tapping and tapping on the stupid machine and it doesn't work. I am so happy that I now have Google Pay, well, actually Google Wallet, on my phone. So I now can just take my cell phone and I just bring it up within an inch of the machine and bingo, it works. Different technology than tap and pay with your card, because you're not tapping and paying with your phone. It's using NFC, near field communication, which is just a proximity. You just bring this within probably about an inch of the machine and bingo, the transaction is complete. Not only is the transaction complete, but it is a secure transaction, and your personal information such as credit card name and number is not given to the vendor. So this adds a big level of security. I'm amazed as I've been going around the last month watching how many people are actually using their phone for a transaction. I'm also using my watch. That is even better when you can use your watch for this because I don't have to get my phone out. So what I've just described is a payment service you can use, and most people, 92%, are using Apple Pay, but of course there's Samsung Pay and Google Pay. Google Wallet is more encompassing and of course involves not only storing all your loyalty cards, your passports, your driver's license, your vaccination cards, but also Google wants it to be a secure financial service that you can use to send money to peer-to-peer or to send it to different banks or different countries. So this is going to grow as Google adds more services to the Google Wallet. Who can use Google Wallet? I'm going to look at 3 devices. I'm going to look at a PC, I'm going to look at a mobile device, and then I'm going to look at a watch. So let's start with the mobile device. So Google Wallet can be used on any Android phone. This means it's available on all Android, including Samsung phones. This is different than Samsung Pay, which of course can only be used on a Samsung phone. Google Wallet can also be used on an iPhone, but not for credit card purchases. You can use it for peer-to-peer transactions with other Google accounts, but not credit card services. When we look at smartwatches, things get a little more tricky. And currently there are 7 smartwatches that allow Google Wallet to be used, and I'll put that list below. So the first question I always get is, what about the Fitbit Sense? That's a watch I always talk about. It's made by Google. Isn't Google Wallet available? Well, no, it's not. In fact, you have to use Fitbit Pay. Fitbit Pay is very limiting, and in Canada, none of the credit cards for major banks will really work on it. It's very limited in its scope, a little more available in the United States. But Google Wallet is not available on the Fitbit Sense. But of course, the Galaxy Watch 4 made by Samsung, it is available and will work on the Galaxy Watch 4. It is not available on the Apple Watch. Now the Fitbit 2 Sense has been announced, and Google says that Google Wallet will be available for the Fitbit Sense 2 at some time in the future, but not at time of release. So if you're planning that as a purchase, I would hold off until they actually get the software developed. The new watch coming out this fall, of course, will be the Pixel Watch. And of course, rumor has it that the Google Wallet will be available on the Pixel Watch. Yay, that'll be great. So let's look at a PC. So Google Wallet, or the Storage Center, is not really available on a PC. But when I talk about a PC, it could be Linux, it could be Apple, or it could be a Windows PC. Anywhere where Chrome is being used and you have a Google account, you have the ability to use Google Pay. Now, it's a little bit different on a PC, because what actually happens is you go to your Google account, and in the payment center of your Google account, you can enter your credit card numbers. Within the Chrome browser, you then have the ability to autofill your credit card information in an online transaction. So in summary, it's not an app, and you would actually set this up through the Google Payment Center within your Google account, and then use the autofill feature in Google Chrome. So there's going to be incredible growth in the financial services that Google has to offer over the next few years. I would really encourage you to use Google Pay or Google Wallet, whichever country you're in, on your smartphone, or better yet, your watch. It's great. So let's watch carefully as the competition heats up, as PayPal, your own banks, Google Wallet, Google Pay, Apple Pay all compete for the big financial market in electronic transactions. It's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior. I hope this video has helped clarify Google Pay and Google Wallet. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Until we see you again, have a great day.
Please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Website of the week number 14, selecting a streaming service, ℍ𝕠𝕟.tv. I'm Hewie Poplock. You're thinking about or have decided to fire your cable TV service and go to streaming services. You will need either a smart TV or a streaming device. To help decide what service or services we want to use for our streaming, I'm going to demonstrate ℍ𝕠𝕟.tv. This is ℍ𝕠𝕟.tv. ℍ𝕠𝕟 compares billions of combinations of TV services and finds the best for you. So to begin with, you need to update your location and select your favorite channels. So what we're going to do is come up here on the left-hand side and change the TV area. You can enter an address, a city, or zip, or use the current location. I am going to say Bradenton. You'll see that it lists some things here. I'm just going to say Bradenton, Florida. And it selected Tampa Bay area. I need to select the channels that I wish to have. What you want to do is get all of the people that are in your household and make a list of channels that they must have. And one of the things we want is the ABC station for sure. Not that one. We want to come down here and show more, and we want to do the WWSB, which is the Sarasota ABC station. So we want to include that. So, and it puts it over here. Another one that we want to have is something called Reels. By typing in a few letters, you'll get the choices. We're going to choose Reels channel. So that's now added it over here. Let's say we also want to have the A&E channel, and it shows up under entertainment. We'll add that to our list. We want to have National Geographic, and we'll go ahead and choose that. And we want the Weather Channel. Now, there are several weather channels that we can choose from, but we want the Weather Channel. And let's go ahead and choose TCM, Turner Channel Movies. Choose the FX channel, and we'll choose that. We now have all of these. Now, if we want to add more, that we can go to each one of these topics, like information, and we can show more, and you'll see a number of channels that are available, or you can show less. Under lifestyle, if you click here, you're going to see that there's all kinds of lifestyle channels available. And under sports and movies and comedy, music, Spanish, specialty, and shopping, and there's a complete list there. So if you aren't sure which ones you want to have, you can go in and pick and choose. We need to prioritize what we want. So in other words, which ones are the most important? Well, ABC would be the first, and the Reels would be the second, because that's important to me. A&E is probably not as much, but let's say I like the FX channel. I can just move it up here, and I can say I want the National Geographic next, and then A&E, and then in this. So I would want them in this order. In this area, it shows the top 30 of combinations that it evaluates. So you'll see here, it shows which channels are available from that choice. And in this case, they're saying the DirecTV stream, the entertainment choice, and the friendly basic. And combined, it would be $82.58 a month. Or you could say, if I don't want the ABC channel, I can get it using an antenna. So I don't really need to get something that has that. For $47.99 or $48 a month, I can get Sling Blue and get all of the other channels that I wanted, plus 76 more channels. And if I click this, it will actually show me all of the channels that I would get if I made that choice. Or I could go a DirecTV stream entertainment. I just wouldn't get the Weather Channel. Sling Blue, I wouldn't get the Weather Channel. And if I chose this one, DirecTV Stream Choice, which would be $97.19, that one would have 109 more channels. So I would get more channels, but it would include all the ones I want. You can also refine by saying get more or save more. So if we want to get more channels, we can move this a little bit. It'll change the order in which we get these choices. Let's say that I want 1+ simultaneous streams. Let's say I need 2. I've got 2 TVs and I want this on 2 TVs. Well, not all the services allow you to do that. Okay, I've got 3 TVs. Which is going to be my best choice? And you'll see here, there are a number of pages that are available. So you can go to the next page and the next page. So you can see the various choices that you have available for you. And let's say you also want a DVR, a digital video recording. So if you slide that to the right, it will show you which of your choices has a DVR. We need it on 3 TVs. We want a DVR and get more. So now our choices are, number 1 is the DirecTV stream choice, and we would get everything we want, or we could also get the DirecTV stream entertainment plus the friendly, and that would be less money. So that might be a better choice for us. If we don't care about the Weather Channel, we could then get the DirecTV stream entertainment without the friendly premium. Or we could go to the YouTube TV plus Philo, and that would run us $92.99 or $93, and a lot more channels. There are some YouTube TV offers. There's a Philo offer, a free trial, 3 device offers for a Roku Ultra, an Apple TV 4K, or a Fire TV Recast. So you might want to consider a different device as well. We decide, well, we don't care about the TCM. We can take that off, and we can take the Weather Channel off. Or we can say exclude it from the search. Or we can say this is a must-have. So if you want to say this is a must-have and this is a must-have, it will limit your choices. One of the items that makes streaming the most expensive is choosing sports channels. So let's pick a few and see how they fit into what we're doing. And we'll show more. And let's go ahead and choose the Golf Channel. Let's choose ESPN College Extra, Fox Soccer Plus, MLB or Major League Baseball Network, and Motorsports. So we've chosen some sports channels. You'll see that some are not picked up on some services and some are. Let's take a look. We're not seeing the ABC. Let's say that we want that to be a must. So we'll click a heart on that. So that does change our outlook. It looks like it's recommending Hulu plus a few others, but not all of the channels are listed there. So let's go to the next page and see where they may be. So we've got a few more here, the soccer and the Major League Baseball. It looks like the ESPN College may only be on some of the dish or satellite networks. I don't see that listed with any of them. But you can see that we're up to $103 here, $113. So it gets a little bit more expensive. And as we go up, so here is the ESPN, Hulu, Live TV Unlimited screens, Philo 60 channels plus more at $107. Hulu Unlimited screens, Philo, and Sling World Sports at $117. And let's go to the next page. Let's see where we're coming up here. We're not getting many of those sports channels. They're intermixed, so it's going to be difficult to get as many as we can, but it looks like Hulu and maybe some others. We'd have to choose what we want. It looks like this is our best choice, which would be YouTube, YouTube TV, Philo, 60 channels, and Sling World Sports at about $114 to get those choices. Now, if we start adding in some other, prioritize some more channels, we may get some different results. Let's try one more scenario. We only want the local channels, so we want the ABC, CBS, Fox, and NBC out of Tampa, and we want the ABC channel out of Sarasota. So we have several choices here. We're definitely not going to do Dish. So there's two choices for Dish here. But otherwise, we're looking at Hulu, DirecTV Stream, and if we go to the next page, we're also looking at Fubo. So let's go back to the first screen. Let's say we're going to consider Hulu. Well, if we come down here, we can see 85 more channels. And what we can do is we can scroll down here and see if this fits most of what we're looking for. So there's 85 channels there. And let's say we're also considering YouTube TV, which has 103 more channels. And we can see those, all of the channels that are available there. We can take a look and say, yes, that's going to fulfill our needs and what we want. So we have the choice at this point of YouTube TV at $65, in Hulu it's $70. Then what we want to look at is, what about simultaneous stream? So we want to have at least two. So we're okay there with two streams. So either one of those would work. And let's say we also want a DVR. And it looks like both of those have DVRs as well. We could choose either Hulu Live TV or YouTube TV as our choice. To help us decide which service we want to use for streaming when we cut the cord, a good choice to help us is ℎ𝕠𝕠𝕠𝕟. I'm Hewie Poplock, and this is Website of the Week. There you go.
Huey, that's great. That is, you could never do that if you tried to figure that out yourself.
Even this gets confusing, but yeah, to try to figure out, but you really need to prioritize with all the members of your family which channels you need to have, which ones you want to have, and which ones you'd like to have. Put them in order, and then try to figure out which services combined will give you what you need.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, wonderful. Bob, did you get my message? Are you ready to roll?
There is no narration to this because this is supposed to be used as a background in your Zoom or whatever other streaming service you happen to be using. All you have to do is download it and let it run.
That's pretty cool. It just runs in the background of Zoom.
Yeah,
and it's Back to the Future.
Yep. And if you have it as a background, it just loops. It just keeps right on going.
Yeah, you are a little loopy sometimes.
Yes.
There we go. All right. Excellent. Thanks, Bob. Now we, through the magic of the internet and recording and all the usual stuff we do, we're going to play Ray's segment, even though Ray isn't here. So let's see what he has to say today. It's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior, Chrome OS 105. If you're watching this as part of our Learning Chromebook series, you'll know that each month I talk about the new features in the latest operating system, as each month the operating system updates to a different number. If you're watching this as YouTube replay, welcome and please enjoy the video. This Chromebook series is produced as part of our educational services at Tech for Senior. Please feel free to use this as you wish. The only thing that we'd ask from you is, the like and subscribe. It really helps us continue to make videos such as this. This is September 2022, and this month's version of the Chrome operating system is version 105. Each month we have a new version, and I report on the new features. Now, many times within the operating system, there's the new features, but there's also a lot of things behind the scenes, under the hood, you might say, security fixes, operating system fixes, and things like that. This month, there are no really new features I can show you. All the work is done under the hood, so I wondered, what are we going to talk about? So I've chosen 4 features from prior versions that I would like to review with you today. These are very important features, and I think it merits going over again and just reviewing them. The first feature I would like to talk about is speech recognition. I first discussed this in Chrome OS 100. Now, if you're not using speech recognition on your Chromebook, you should be. It is fast, it is efficient, and will save you a lot of time. Let's go over how it works from my segment on Chrome OS 100. So in another life, many, many years ago, long before I retired, I actually taught physicians how to use speech recognition or voice dictation. I taught Dragon Naturally Speaking. I went to Dragon School and learned from the best, and that was my job in our software company, was to teach physicians how to use voice dictation or speech recognition. In fact, I used it in my clinical practice as a physician for many, many years before retiring. So it was an absolute shock to me when I was able to do this on my Chromebook without any training. I didn't have to do a single thing and it worked perfectly. Oh my gosh. Well, anyway, life changes. So let me show you how easy this is to do on your Chromebook. Okay, now you can see my cursor here. Let's move our cursor down onto the shelf on the right side. We're going to click here and we're going to come up to Settings. And we're going to come over to the left-hand side here, and you see we're going to come to Advanced, all right? See where it says Advanced, and there's a little down, a caret that goes down. Click this, and we want to come down to Accessibility. Here's our Accessibility, so we're going to come to Accessibility. We click this, and now we're going to come up here, and I'm going to come to the Manage Accessibility Features. So we're going to click here, and now there's a lot of features that we can turn on. The first thing you'll see is text to speech, but we're not going to do that. We're going to do it the other way around. We're going to speak and turn it into text. This is another topic for another day. Display, we're not going to talk about that today. Keyboard and text input is what we want to talk about. And we're going to come down here, and it's the third one down, enable dictation, speak to type, okay? This is what you want to turn on. Now, what I want you to do is watch at the bottom of my screen. See where my cursor is down here on the tray? You see there's no microphone showing down here, but watch what happens when I turn on this feature. We're going to come over here and we're going to turn on this feature. And now if you come down and you look, you'll see that we have a microphone down on our tray, on our shelf. And this is what we'll turn on for dictation. We can either turn this on by clicking this, and we'll do this in a minute, or we actually can use the everything key or the search key, whatever you want to call it. The new terminology is called the everything key. You can use this plus D, of course D for dictation. So that's how you will turn it on, is you'll hit the everything key plus D, or click the dictation button, and we'll turn this on. So let's see how easy this is to do. Now remember, we've done no training, voice training or anything. This is just right off the shelf. Let's see how it works. Okay, so what I've done now is I have brought up a untitled document in my Google Docs, and I'm going to take a note to Bob. I'm going to invite Bob for dinner. So I'm going to turn on the voice dictation and let's see how this works. Bob, comma. New paragraph. Can you come for dinner Sunday? Question mark. We are having your favorite dinner, roast beef, period. Can you bring an expensive bottle of red wine? Question mark. New paragraph. Why don't you come around 4:30? New paragraph. Don't forget to bring Alice, period. All right, and as you see, if you pause, the dictation automatically stops, which so you don't continue on. Now let's see how it works. It says, Bob, can you come for dinner Sunday? We are having your favorite dinner, roast beef. Can you bring an expensive bottle of wine? Question mark. Why don't you come around 4:30? And again, don't forget to bring Alice. It got it all right. Okay. Now, what I want to do is to read a more technical, longer technical article for you, and just let's see how this works. This is an article about managing files on a Chromebook. So let's see how this works out. New paragraph here, and let's see, I'm going to read this through, and as we go along, I want you to watch and see how accurate this is. Suffice to say, comma, we've come a long way, period. These days, comma, Chromebooks are sophisticated productivity devices with ample options for advanced file management, period. But lots of the best file-related possibilities are still lurking beneath the surface and all too easy to miss, period. Okay, let's see. Suffice to say, we've come a long way. These days, Chromebooks are sophisticated productivity tools, ample, but lots of the best file-related possibilities are still lurking beneath the surface. Again, it got it all right. Easy to miss. So it got it all right. And you saw how fast that I actually dictated. So yeah, this is pretty cool since there's been no training. It's getting it really. It's doing really well. Anyway, let's have a look at using this in an email. You certainly can use this wherever you're going to input text on your Chromebook. So let's go to Gmail. I'm going to open a Gmail up and let's do an email and see how that works. Okay, now we have Gmail open. You'll see the cursor is here. Let's see how this is going to work. I'm going to again start the voice dictation. Let's see how we go. Bob, comma, new paragraph. This is an update on our dinner for Sunday, period. I have asked Hewie to come, so we may need 2 bottles of wine, period. Please ensure these are expensive bottles, and we will see you on Sunday evening around 4:30, period. All right, let's see how this looks. This is an update on your dinner Sunday. I've asked Hewie. Now, of course, the first thing you'll see that, of course, it's spelled Hewie, not correct. Yeah, Hewie is Hewie. So we may need 2 bottles of wine. Please ensure these are expensive bottles, and we will see you on Sunday evening around 4:30. So, you know, it got it pretty good except for Hewie. So when you say help in voice dictation, this will bring up the set of voice commands. Now you can access this through the above. I'll show you this in a minute. But these are the commands that you can change and edit. So you can select all, unselect, copy, paste, undo, redo, new line. These are all the commands that you can say while you're doing your voice dictation, and these are the description of what will happen. So that was using voice dictation on your Chromebook. Amazing. No training. It got it almost 100% right out of the box. Truly amazing. Give it a try. It's lots of fun. It'll save you a lot of work as well if you're not a good typer. Chrome OS 101 brought us the ability to see the firmware updates in peripheral devices connected to our Chromebook. This was a new feature as part of their diagnostics section. Let's have a look and see how this works. All right, let's have a look at the changes that have occurred in Chrome OS 101. We're going to come up to Settings. Let's click the Settings button. And we're going to come to About Chrome OS. Click that. And now let's come down the list here and you'll see Firmware Updates. This is the change that has occurred. Let's click this and see what happens. It tells us firmware updates for external drives. All firmware updates are up to date. I don't have anything plugged in as an external device, but if you did, it would check and make sure that the software is up to date. Well, that's it for Chrome OS 101. When we want to send large files, we often zip them into a zipped file. But in Windows, unzipping a file can be a confusing and frustrating task. Chrome OS 102 made it a lot easier. Let's have a look and see how this works. Okay, here we are on my Chromebook. We're going to go to Google Photos in the cloud and download some pictures directly onto my Chromebook. So let's come up and go to Google Photos. This will be the cloud-based version. So these pictures are in the cloud. So we're going to come over to the great dinner I cooked for Father's Day. These are my pictures of the Father's Day dinner I just did. So let's select these pictures. You'll see there's 6 pictures. So let's select them. And we'll do this by just clicking each picture. And we'll select them all. Now remember, these pictures in the cloud, they're not on my Chromebook. I want them on my Chromebook. So what we're going to do, and now we've chosen all these pictures, these are big files, so they're going to be zipped into a zip file. We're going to come up now into the 3-dot menu on the top right. We're going to click this, and we're going to say Download. And I want you to watch to the bottom left as you see the file being zipped. And these are now being zipped and downloading onto our Chromebook. Here they are. They're now in our in the downloads directory. It is a file called photos.001zip. But I'm going to change the name of this, and we're going to call this Father's Day .zip. Okay. So now we've changed the name. And we're going to call it Father's Day.zip. And I'm going to come over here and we're going to save this. Now, of course, on the right-hand side, you'll see that the download is completed. We're calling this Father's Day zip, but these are zipped. This is a zip file. We'll say Show in Folder. This is going to bring up the Files menu, and you'll see here we have a folder called Father's Day.zip. Now, these are zipped files. Of course, you have to unzip them and save them. Watch how easy this is. Right-click, Extract All. You'll see now there's a new feature called Extract All right here. So we're going to click this and we're going to extract all these from the zip file, and all you have to do is click that, and let's see what happens now. Let's come up to the Father's Day folder. As we move up to the top here, you'll see it says Father's Day. This is a folder. The folder's in Downloads, and we can certainly move that to whatever folder we want. But when we click this, here are my 6 pictures. They're completely extracted. They are now individual pictures, and these are on my Chromebooks. That is how easy it is to unzip a file now on your Chromebook in Chrome OS 102. Chrome OS 103 brought us the new screencasting app. This was a huge improvement as it allows creators to actually use their Chrome operating system to do screencasting on their Chromebook and can use the content for production of YouTube videos or whatever service they are using. Let's look at the new screencast feature in Chrome OS 103. Now, the first thing you need to know is that this is an app that is now on your Chromebook. So let's come down to the launcher. We're going to come down here to the left-hand side, and we're going to click this button. And now you're going to see the screencast icon come up. This is the actual app that is on your Chromebook now. So as we come down, we'll see that this is actually the screencast app that is on your Chromebook. So I would open that up, find it, open it up, and then I would bookmark it to the shelf because you're probably going to be using it. This is very handy if you're doing any videos, you're doing any instructional videos, any educational work. You'll really want to use this app. All right, when you click the app, let's see what happens. This is going to bring you up into screencast, and when you start this, there'll be a intro menu here, and you can see it again. If you come up to the three-dot menu here, you'll see there's a feature tour, there's getting in, getting started. So, and then of course these are some of the screencasts I've been doing, and this is up here to the left is the new screencast option. So let's have a look and see what we can do. We're going to click the Getting Started button, and as we click the Getting Started button, we'll now see that there's a welcome screen. There's the transcript tools in which all the information that you're going to be dictating is going to be transcribed. You then can mark up your screencast, and you can also share the screencast with other people. So let's come up to the three-dot menu again, and we're going to click the three-dot menu, and what we're going to click is the feature tour. And now it brings up this menu, and it's going to record yourself, record your screen and yourself. So we're going to personalize this. So let's see what's going to happen. We'll click Next. We can get a transcript automatically. We can draw on the screen. We can collaborate and share with other people. So let's start a new screencast. So we're going to come up to the left-hand side here, and we're going to click Start a New Screencast. And here we have me. Hi, everyone. Yes, I'm looking at another screen because I'm recording this screen. So anyway, this is how it would look. Now, it says click anywhere to record a full screen. So anywhere along here we can click. So we're going to click this, and you get a countdown timer now. And here we are, we're recording. But we're recording, of course, we're recording me. In the bottom here, you'll be able to see me. Let's see. Hey, we can even move this around. That's pretty cool. We can even, if you want to sort of be seen up here, or you want to be seen over here, you can see my green screen in the background and some overhead lights. Pretty cool. So you can put yourself wherever you want. Okay, let's come back to the document that we had created earlier. Here is the what we were discussing. Google Chrome OS 103 has an awesome screencast feature. So we're going to come back now, and we're going to stop the screen recording. And you'll see that it's uploading this now to the cloud, and then it's going to process it. Here it is, uploading the files. And then it's going to process it, and we're going to be able to have a look at our screencast. You'll see that it's recording and processing here. Now remember, the cool part about this is that after we create this, it will create a transcript automatically of what we have created. You can mark it up, edit it, and put notes on the screen, and also you can share your screencast with other people. All this available on your Chromebook, Chrome OS 103. This is the Screencast app.